Well, greetings to all of you, my Wheeler friends from around the country. Bob Bardwell speaking here, and just going to share a few thoughts from my heart here. We all know the times in which we're living right now, and I do want you to know all my comments will be pretty much from a faith perspective because that's who I am and the way my life has been the last many years due to God. It's a blessing on my life. Um, yes, I've written down a few thoughts here and got a couple of comments from a couple of my books here, but the first thing I just share is we all know we're living in very uncertain times. It's uncharted waters. We don't know. I don't know the future. And I'm just grateful that my faith is anchored in Christ and I can look forward to the future. I did write a book here, which I'll hold up here to Tracy here to taping me. It's called The Marathons of Life. And on page 34, it describes the marathons of life, and certainly this virus that we're facing right now. Certainly it could be called a marathon. Here's a couple things I put down just to leave with you. It says the parallels between running a marathon and the challenges of life we face daily. Number one, each has a beginning and a finish line. That's pretty obvious. Neither is a 100-yard dash, but rather it's an endurance test of perseverance. And I think that's where we're at today in our lives. Both have uphills, heartbreak hills, downhills, mountains, and valleys. Both experience detours, rough roads, unexpected turns. And the closer is support is vital to both. That's why we need each other. And we need to stay connected as a community. So that's a couple thoughts there on the Marathons of Life book there. Then my life verse, which I'll share right now, there's so many scriptures I could share, and you probably have got your own. But my life's one that I hang on to right now is all about trust. And that certainly is a focus of our life is what do we trust and who do we trust. And some of you are familiar with Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. And my interpretation is like this. It says, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him. And He will direct your path. And I have to leave it right there. One of my favorite talks I've been giving the last several years when I get out and speak, it's called, It's Not What Happens to You, It's What You Do About It. Isn't that a great title? And here we are faced with this dilemma in our lives and on our planet and our community here at the ranch, not knowing our future. And yet it's not what's happened to us, it's the choices that we now make in the future, praying for wisdom and guidance each and every day in the choices we make. And a couple of sayings I'll leave with you too that I often leave. One of them says that pain, sorrow, and disappointment is inevitable, but misery is optional. And I'm just praying for you today, in your family, in your community, or in your business, that you will just remember to try to keep a positive spirit as God can help you. And back to a marathon just briefly again, I always say there are two things to finish a marathon and to get through this one. And the first one is called a focus. There's so many distractions nowadays and so many things going on in our world, in our communities. But what does it mean to keep our focus? Well, a focus is a focus. It causes us to slow down maybe a bit and think about what's really important, what really matters most right now in our lives. What really matters most? Eternal things, our family. Those are the things that we got to keep our focus on. And the other one is pacing ourselves. You don't go out in a marathon and sprint. No, you pace yourself. Do we need to sprint now and be patient? Well, yes, we do. And I'm like maybe you, not all that patient. But now with God's help, I can slow down, be patient, and pace myself. A closer here I put down here too. One of my sayings too, you maybe already read it out there, but it says, I don't know what the future holds, but I know who holds the future. And I want all of you know, all of us here at the ranch, our staff, we're praying for you. Our staff is committed together. We've been praying every day, and we'll continue to now online. But we know that God holds the future. And no, our mission's not going to change. As our board and Tracy leads us forward in the future here in the coming months ahead, our mission, as I call it, is to honor God and love people. And why would we ever stop doing that? So we ask for your prayers. Praise for the ranch. We'll pray for you and your family. Closing is a song by Amy Grant. She says, this is my Father's world. Let us never forget. Although the wrong seems awful strong, God isn't really yet. we'll be back in touch. God bless you.